Alright, hey guys, AnimeWestReacts here is going to reaction to Seraph of the End, chapter 122, titled Calories for Travel. So we start the chapter. Mika says, okay, I'm going inside you. Let's take a look at your past. And Yuu says, okay, and then Mika says, here I go. And then you see Mika just vanish. He's like, he's gone. I guess I'd better go too. He closes his eyes, we see darkness, Mika then opening his eyes. And then he says, I wonder what era this is. And it says ancient Greece. And he says, you. And then he says, Mika, there you are. He's like, why are you a kid? Me, why are you one? And then Mika puts his hand to his chest and says, apparently being kid-side uses less energy. I sense some weird desire if you go back to when you were a kid too. He says, good point. That was when everyone was still alive. And then Yuu says, so yeah, where are we? He's like, heck, it has to be really, really, really far in the past. Boy, I've lived a long time. He says, sure, make it sound like it's not your problem. And then Mika says, this is your memory though, so is it ringing any bells? And Yuu says, nope. With as long as I've lived, do you think I'm going senile? And then Mika says, yeah, when it comes to you, the lights are on, but generally no one's ever home. He says, hey. And then says, oh no, you. And then says, huh? And Mika says, hide. And he's like, what? And he's like, shh, the first is here. He's like, huh? And they look around the corner. And so yeah, you see the first and all the demons. Just pretty cool panel. I guess all the demons in Cruel are there. It's like, whoa, you're right. Do you think he'll notice us? And then he says, I don't know. These are our memories, right? Yours, yeah. And then he says, I get the feeling that as my demon, some of your memories are mixed in with mine somehow. And Mika says, oh, huh. And then Yuu says, they're getting closer. And he says, shush. And they both cover each other's mouths. Hiding behind this pillar. And yeah. And then they say they left. And then Mika says yeah, can we come out now? He says, I'm scared. When we looked at your past before the first noticed us. And then Yuu says, yeah, that's because he was really close then. Can you feel him now? Where is he? And then he says, only a little. He's far away. It's like he is super duper weak now. I wonder why. And Yuu says, yeah. And then we see the first and present pinned down to the floor. He's got all these probes and stuff seemingly stuck to his head. And then someone says, resistance detected. Squash it. Increase the drug dose. Hurry. Make a mistake and Lord Rigger dies. So yeah, Rigger is standing above the first. And then Rigger says, are you ready first? I'm going to poke around inside your mind. And then he puts his hand on his head, opens his mouth, and yeah, I guess he bites him. And then he says, hey Mika, can you see me? You can't. Or, hey mister, can you see me? That. You can't, huh? And then Mika says, okay, let's see if you can bump into us. And so yeah, he knocks Mika over and he's like, okay, they're solid enough to hit us. And Yuu says, but they don't see us. I wonder why. And Mika said, they're part of your memories. It makes sense they can't see. They're just memory after all, but it seems like they can still touch us. They're solid objects like the ground is. And Yuu says, then the first we saw won't see us back. That was him in the past. And he says, I don't know, but if things can touch us, it means that we can take damage if we get attacked. It's probably better to steer clear of them. And he says, good point. I guess if we see him again, we should run. And then Mika says, smart idea. And Yuu says, we'll dig through my memories while staying clear of him. Where do you want to go next? And he says, whatever direction the first came from seems safest. The memories I saw a bit ago make me think there's a mansion that way. And then he says, oh yeah, there is, I remember. And so it says, the first mansion, inside there's a vast underground chamber with a large casket. And he's like, oh, this place, I saw this before. And then he says, oh yeah, there's a kid who looks just like you here. He's there inside that box. And so yeah, they go and look at the body. And so yeah, he's like, see, it's you, just prettier. Mika says, this is me? How? Just look, you're identical. And he's like, I guess. He's got wings too, I bet he's an angel. And then Mika says, he's supposed to be the first kid. Didn't he say that? And he was just staring and he says, huh, what's wrong, you? He's like, oh, it's weird. I remember this. Long ago, I'd spend all day leaning on this glass. Really? Can you remember any details? No, I can't, but I know I did. I was always here watching and talking. To who? To him. To this kid? Didn't the first say he's dead? Hello, can you talk? Say something. Me look alike. And then Mika says, what did you talk about? I can't remember. Oh, this sucks. I can remember as far as my throat, but it won't come out. I don't think people generally remember things with their throats. And he says, the words are right there, on the tip of my tongue, but they won't come out. It's no good, I can't. And then Mika says, but do remember one thing, right? You talked to that corpse. And then he says, yeah, don't you remember it too? And he's like, huh? And he says, yeah, if this kid's really you, wouldn't you remember this too? And Mika is silent. You see him looking down, darkness. And just Mika. And he's like, kind of, but not really. There was this really dumb-sounding voice reflecting in my ears over and over. And then, yeah, he was like, that was me. But weirdly, it feels like those memories are kind of recent. When are you not annoying? And it's like, I'm not dumb or annoying. Uh-huh. And Yuu says, anyway, I guess this is all we'll find here. Let's go further into the past. And Mika says, yeah, I wonder how far back we can go. How long have you been alive? And Yuu says, who knows? I wish I knew that myself. Let's go deeper and how do we do that again? And then Mika lifts his hand up and you see this glow come off of it. Forms a ring and says, I'll devour your desires. Let your power go berserk. I'll use that to force us further. And he says, oops, you're running short on energy. And he says, what, already? But I just ate. Oh, you're right, I am. I'll go eat quick. Okay, I'll set it up so we can go even further back. He says, okay, see you in a bit. And see ya. And yeah, he was outside. And he's like, this is great. It's like we're on an adventure together. That's so awesome. And he's like, yeah, I'm starving. I feel like I can keel over. And then he was eating, thinking, I better eat a whole bunch so that we can go even further back in the past. And so it says, you. And he's like, what? And then, yeah, it's like, that's enough. You've eaten plenty. I've opened the way to the past. We can go back. We can go way far back. And he's like, ready? Really? That's what he says. This says, I can't understand what you're saying. Just get back here. I don't know how, but I think this goes insanely far into the past. And you just says something as he's stuffing his face and says, okay, and then blinks, closes his eyes and then blinks, and then we go back and there's just Mika with all these rings, or it's like this whole room of white. And he's like, whoa, awesome, you did great. And it says, yeah, but I can't get the door to the past to open. And he says the door, and then we see this, big black door. And then he's like, that. And he says, that door goes further back into our past? And he says, yeah. And then he says, did you take a peek already? And he says, just a little. What did you see? Look for yourself, but it's not good. if these really are your memories, I have to wonder what you really are. And he says, I guess we'll just have to look. And then, yeah. It says, open door, show me what happened in my past. And that's the end of the chapter, you opening the door. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you do, then yeah, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all next time. So yeah.